Well, Jane, it is just so nice to meet you after all these years.
It really is. As I say, we chat and chat and chat online, but it's just nice actually seeing people and putting a face to them and everything else. And what do you think of the islands?
Oh, they're absolutely stunning. I mean, you can't beat this, can you? Look at this view.
It's different. It's amazing here.
Because Dave and Hannah have never been here before, so they've never seen Scilly before at all. And I've been raving on about it and what a lovely place it is, and now they know it is.
Well, it is, and I, I want to come back here and have a holiday very soon.
Yeah, oh good, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I do as well, most definitely.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun.
It will be.
I mean, little did I know when you wrote me into the weather team.
We roped you into it.
You did. You wanted volunteers to help with the Isles of Scilly.
We needed some help. We didn't want the Isles of Scilly left out anymore.
And I think Francis, our sponsor at Isles of Scilly Flowers, who's very kindly run us around the islands today, I think he spotted your appeal and put it onto our local residents page on Facebook and said, anyone want to do this? And I was doing it for the local radio station here at the time, so...
It's been amazing. I mean, and now we've roped in the Isles of Scilly people and we've got so many followers.
Yeah. Well, I could do with someone else to help me over here if anyone volunteers.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Everyone's busy though, that's the trouble. It would be really nice. I mean, a friend of mine did it for a while, but she's too busy because she runs her own company and everything.
It is hard work. It is hard work. And you do a fabulous job as well, Jane.
Oh, thank you, Anna.
We really do appreciate it. We really do.
As you can see, we've got a funny little climate over here.
You have. You've got your own little climate here. You've had fog all morning.
Half the morning, on and off. It's been like this some of the time and foggy some of the time. And it looks like it's foggy over there at the moment.
We've just not got long enough to be here with you, really, have we? We've come on the boat this morning, 4 hours on the boat this morning, and at 4 o'clock we're back on the boat.
You're 4 hours on the boat. You're 3 hours.
3 hours on the boat. I'm sorry.
You should have come really early in the summer on a Saturday because you get 6 or 7 hours here.
Be lovely if we could have a long weekend or
but if you just come on a day trip, they're doing 30 quid day trips from the mainland at the moment on a Saturday.
We'll have to try that. We'll have to try it again.
You know, it's only in August they run the 2 sailings on a Saturday.
Yes.
But you get a really long day here then, which is perfect because you've got time to go to the other islands as well because you haven't.
That'd be lovely. That would be amazing. So I think definitely another trip will be coming up very soon.
And the sea was really nice and calm as well.
Yeah, you lucky.
And we saw some dolphins.
Yeah, good, I told you to look out for them, didn't I?
Yeah, the dolphins were nice. That was a surprise to see them.
Sometimes a dolphin comes just into the bay down here, but I don't think he's there today. I think he was in the harbour this morning.
I'd love to see a dolphin.
And you missed the walrus, I'm afraid.
Oh, I'm so upset about missing Wally, but, you know.
He's on his way home, I hope. He's on Southwest Ireland at the moment.
Yeah. Has he moved up further? Because he was
a little bit, yes. But
so he is moving up a bit.
But there's a lot of people pestering him there now, apparently.
Oh, poor Wally.
So
poor Wally.
Hopefully the novelty will wear off and they'll leave him alone.
Yeah, it is a novelty to start with, isn't it?
Yeah, they stopped them over here. They built them a pontoon in the harbour and watched from the harbour office.
But they've still got the pontoon here, you say?
Yeah, they've taken it out of the harbour now and it's over at Porthlow just in case he ever comes back. I think it's the same bit of pontoon that they use for the tying up the little boats to, which you probably saw there.
Yeah. So, Jane, what is it like to live here? I mean, you've got your own microclimate. So what is it like for your weather and how do you cope with the food problems? And
we keep a stock in. We know in the winter if the weather's really rough, and that cargo boat, the Green Marita, is a really good little boat. It comes in all sorts of weather, but there are times when it is just too rough for it and it wouldn't be safe. So if the food doesn't come that day, it'll come the next day. But we've all got decent-sized freezers and we keep stuff in.
Right,
and there's plenty of local produce as well. We can get more or less anything grown here.
Exactly.
There's beef, there's ducks, and eggs,
you working
vegetables.
For us, you volunteering for us at Kernow Weather Team. How do you find the difference in the weather that you have on the Isles of Scilly compared to on the mainland?
Well, to be honest, I think it's better. Hate to say that, but you noticed a temperature difference when you came here, didn't you?
It's
a lot warmer. We're out on the top of Buzzer Hill, the clouds are coming over, I'm quite warm enough like this.
Yeah, there's a big difference as well.
Yeah, and we tend to get showers in the morning, but not usually for the rest of the day. We get the rain and the wind in the winter, certainly probably a bit more so than you do. But again, we're used to it. There are days in the winter because the Solonian only sails in the summer. So we watch the weather. I mean, I always watch the weather and other people listen to the weather to find out sort of whether it's a good idea to order fresh stuff on the boat or not. And you order fresh stuff on the boat. Like today it came, I had a load of stuff come today.
So you talk about the local produce and stuff like that you've got. locally, like you mentioned earlier to us personally that you purchase your eggs from on the island.
Yeah, we saw the farm, the Parton Carn farm.
And
and ducks from Salakey.
Yeah.
Beautiful ducks they do. They are lovely.
And do the people who run these businesses, do they use your weather?
I don't know, really.
Oh, well, there's something you need to find out.
I know some do, some don't. I know a lot of people listen to it because should I ever get it wrong, they pull my leg about it.
Oh, you'd hardly ever get it wrong.
Oh, not that often, no, to be fair. But it's the same with the local radio station because I do a spoken forecast for the local radio station here. And it's, again, if I get it wrong, I stay indoors if I get it really badly wrong, but I don't very often.
No, not very often.
Doesn't pay to.
No, it doesn't.
You can usually tell what it's going to be a day or two ahead here.
But there are some businesses who do rely on you, obviously. Isles of Scilly Flowers rely on your weather forecasts.
Francis.
We'll keep an eye on that one.
Yeah.
And,
he'd soon tell me if I was all wrong.
Yeah, but people obviously do rely on it because it is another microclimate here, totally different to the mainland.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you're a bit warmer for a start,
Yeah,
and the differences of the...
And we get the fog perhaps a little bit more than you do, although it's Land's End that's the problem. Because it's high up. It's in if it's low cloud, they'll get the cloud. It's not fog, it's low cloud.
Yeah.
But like today, they're flying now, but they weren't this morning.
There really is a big difference with the weather, I've noticed.
But we need to know the weather because you get days in the winter. The Snowdonia doesn't sail in the winter, so if there's no flying, there's no post, there's no papers, there's no fresh... If the Gree can't come either, there's no fresh stuff. But it all comes eventually. We've got a very good butcher's here as well, and he's got plenty of stuff in, you know. Mike Benny, I think he provided the lunch, didn't he? Mike Benny.
Lovely lunch it was too.
Francis,
Mike Benny, the local butcher.
Local butcher Mike
Isles of Scilly
Benny.
Flowers very kindly gave us some lunch provided by the local butcher here.
There you go. Awesome.
And they're good.
So you live on these beautiful islands. Do you ever get forgotten about from the governments and from the local authorities?
Well, we've got our own local authority. We're not part of Cornwall. We're Council of the Isles of Scilly. It's a separate unitary authority.
Right.
And they work very hard to try and get government grants as well. So we do get that. That doesn't forget about. Where we do get forgotten about sometimes is health, because the health service is a commission. It's for Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly.
Yeah.
And some of the commissioned services don't always get over here. We've got a very good, I say a very good health watch over here. I'm one of the directors of it. But we do work very hard in order to try and get the services provided for people over here the same as are on the mainland.
So what could be done to make it better for you?
A better transport service, and that's being worked on at the moment.
Right,
because there are plans for new boats, new cargo boat and a new passenger boat.
Uh-huh.
The communications, the transport in the winter can be dodgy because there's only the Gree if it's foggy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better. The new cargo boat they're planning, if they actually get it built, looks like it's got decent seating for about 12 people. So that'll help. That'll help enormously in the winter. And there are downsides to living here because everything's a bit more expensive than it is on the mainland.
Yeah.
Because of the shipping costs. It all has to be shipped in. I think the same goes for the farmers here, doesn't it? That they've got to ship the flowers out, and that all adds to the cost of them. But they get flowers here that are different to the ones on the mainland again because we don't have frosts in the winter.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
We have occasionally had a frost, and we have occasionally had snow.
Oh, we haven't mentioned that word, have we?
I'm afraid so. It's about once every 10 years, and the last lot was in 2018, so we're not due any yet.
With climate change, look at how low...
Housing's expensive as well, that's the other thing. Yeah, housing's very expensive because there's not a lot of it, basically. And there's a lot of second homes here. That's the same as Cornwall, I think, that we suffer from a lot of second homes. On the other hand, they bring business to the islands. And if people didn't get the business, they wouldn't survive, you know. It's a catch-22. And as you say, Dave, climate change threatens us.
Just looking at the island now and how low it is towards the sea.
Well, the isthmus behind us is the centre of Hughtown. Yeah. And that's not very far at all above sea level.
No, I was just looking at that myself. And that sea rises too much. And you start getting bigger winds and stronger winds.
It comes over that. If there's a storm in the winter with the right sort of wind, it comes right over that bank and right over those houses along the front there.
Oh.
Yeah, and you've seen the way the pictures I put on where it's the other way and it's breaking over the Mermaid pub that's at the end of the quay. Yeah, but it has. I mean, Hughtown has flooded in the past.
That'd be my biggest
Not for a
fear
few
for
years
the
now.
islands, because there's so many of them, and you start getting too much climate change, too much bigger seas, higher seas, rougher waters.
It is a worry, and it is being studied. We've got a department looking at it here at the moment.
Right.
And there's plans for sea defences at Porthmelon, which was the one just past the lifeboat slip.
Right. Yep.
Porthelic, which I think we saw, and the other one's Porthlow, where the boat park was. Yeah. So there are plans for sea defences. The actual planning applications are in for the council to decide on now. So hopefully they'll go through, and they reckon to look to do it next year or the year after, or from next year onwards.
That'd be brilliant for you if
Well,
you
it'd
could.
be brilliant for those places, but it's a bit like King Canute, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you think about it. Sea levels are rising, and they have in the past. I mean, I'm talking about millions of years ago. The islands have been one island above the sea.
Yeah.
No islands below the sea, up again, down again.
Right.
Where you've seen, I don't know, we didn't see the Bronze Age village at Halangi village, did we?
No, I don't think so.
No time on a day trip.
No.
But there's archaeological evidence of the village originally being what is now the sea, because up until about, I think it was 900 AD, and my friend the archaeologist will correct me if I'm wrong here, because I'm not too good on history, that area between here and Tresco and Briar was land.
Oh, wow.
All land.
And the sea gradually came in, and first of all it got marshy and then it covered it up. So it's been rising for a lot of time.
So you also do tide times for us.
Yeah.
When we get spring tides
Yes.
and neap tides,
Yes.
you can actually walk to another island, can't you?
On spring
On
tides.
spring tide, yes.
If they're very low spring tides,
Yeah.
and it is, do you see that? I have to turn round here that way. See
Yeah.
that's Tresco and that's Briar there.
Yeah.
Yep.
See that channel of water between them?
Yes.
That's the bit you can walk across.
Oh, that's amazing.
It is.
How
yeah.
far is that across between them?
About 500 metres.
Oh, it's not that far
No, it's
then.
not that far, no.
Ah.
Well, you have to go a bit of a scenic route to do the dry bit, but
Yeah.
it's a nice walk. I try and do it once a year, just because I
Yeah.
like doing it. I went in the spring this year.
Tide for that.
Yeah, it's got to be really 0.5 of a metre or less, the low tide, and it's got to have the wind. The wind makes a lot of difference to the tides as well. If it's a southwest or a southeast wind, it blows the tide in, and if it's a north or a northwest wind, it blows the tide out.
Right,
Yeah. So it's
and
away
that can
from
make quite a difference.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And of course, this is why we look at the weather, the sea swell. If it's low pressure, the sea will rise more,
Rise higher.
and the swell will be bigger if it's rough, and that's
Yeah.
when you get the waves coming over the banks and
Exactly.
things.
Yeah.
So we do need to know.
Yeah. It is urgent.
Yeah, I'm really, really pleased to see you and the Chaos TV crew, and was it Positive People who have funded it?
Yeah.
I'm really pleased that
Yeah.
they did all this and got you over here to see the islands, because I don't think any of you have ever been before, have you? Do you want to come back? Yes.
Yes,
We have
That's in a
thumbs up.
vote, Yeah.
Yeah.
We have thumbs up.
Yes.
And it's a big thank you from
It
us
is.
too.
It is
Yeah.
from us here at
And for
Kernow Weather
making it
Team,
possible,
all of
you know,
us.
it's really,
Yeah.
and we appreciate it on the islands because it
And
you know,
introduces people to the islands as well.
Without Positive People funding this, we would never be here now
No.
to come and meet you for the first time in 4 years, and to meet Francis, who supports us
Francis has supported us a lot. He's
Yeah.
hiding.
with the Isles of Scilly flowers. It's just amazing that we met these people at Chaos, and they've explained,
enabled all this.
yeah, enabled all this
Super.
for us.
Do come again.
Amazing. Plus, Positive People have given me a diploma.
Yes.
No, I've worked hard
Yes.
for a diploma, and I have a
And you got
diploma.
a distinction, although you won't say that, will you?
No, you
What was that? What was that?
You got a distinction.
What was that? I didn't quite hear that bit.
Yes.
A distinction.
100%
I did
pass
100% pass rate
I never
in-
doubted you for a
in
minute,
PR
Hannah.
and marketing for small businesses. So
Good.
watch this space,
Good.
because we may have another business coming along soon.
Hi, this is Jane from Kernow Weather Team. I'm the resident forecaster on the Isles of Scilly. I just want to thank you all for coming over here and seeing the islands, and it's lovely to meet you all. And don't forget to listen in on Chaos TV every Tuesday for the update from Dave and I as to what the weather's going to be doing both in Cornwall and in the Isles of Scilly. And look at our Facebook page, which is Kernow Weather Team, to see forecasts every day for Cornwall and separately for the Isles of Scilly, and anything else interesting that's going on that we think you'd like to know about. Bye.